We both graduated from college. She was making more money than me. She was a school teacher. I was a personal trainer. She had health insurance. I was an independent contractor. When we discovered that she was pregnant with our first child, I started reading up and learning about natural parenting. It actually brought me back to re-traditionalizing my mindset and the type of family I wanted to have. As a result, we decided, and she followed my lead. She quit her job as a school teacher with all of its benefits and its higher salary and trusted me to carry the weight. Like I told you, now things are going great. But in the beginning, I was training people with trash in the parks. It was not easy, but she was willing to follow my lead, and there was some tough times, and she was willing to struggle as a result, but she wins. When you trust your husband, especially if he's got a good track record, if you're with him for a reason. You must trust him. Don't have sex with a man that you don't trust. Don't marry a man that you don't trust. Why are you there if you don't trust him? It's been our experience that when she yields to my leadership, it turns out greater than either of us could ever imagined.
I wanted to ask you a question earlier about the last segment. You say you keep referencing the men you date and the men you around. So Absolutely. You say all the men you around are leaders. Mm-hmm. You also said the men you around think like you.
Sure, yeah.
You also said you are a teacher.
I am.
You are a school teacher?
I am.
Okay. So do the men around you, do you respect them?
Absolutely.
Do the men around you ever make a mistake?
I'm sure they do.
No, that you know of.
They've not made a mistake with me.
I'm
sure that they're
ask you they made them.
Sure. Yes.
Don't worry about it.
They made people make mistakes.
Don't worry about it.
His question, he was going to ask you, do you still respect them after they made the mistake? That was the second part of the question.
Yeah.
Then everything else, the other stuff you said, that makes absolutely no sense.
You're changing the narrative.
Still trust the men you trust the men
She's not in a relationship with them.
Yes. So
right, but listen to me.
Will.
Listen, hold on. I've been listening to y'all for like the last 20 minutes.
Will, you talked the entire
time. And then
one mic, y'all. One mic.
So listen, let me just clear. No, because I know what you're about to say. Because you're not
gonna know what I'm about to say.
Hold on, Shan. I will say, let him say what he gonna say, then respond. Don't assume.
You don't even answer the questions I ask you. How you
let him say what he? Hold on, Will. Hold on, wait. Hey, y'all, chill.
Mike.
Will, Shan, I know you gonna say what you gotta say. Mm-hmm. Let him say what he gonna say, and if it's what you gonna say something against, then say what you gotta say against.
If you gotta let me talk, though,
I'm gonna make sure he let you talk.
Okay.
Like I ain't just been sitting here quiet for like 20 minutes. What's she talking about?
All right, Will, we can't have a meta conversation, bro. Go ahead.
You can have the floor first.
Go ahead. No,
I'm gonna give it to her first.
You're gonna let her to respond to something that you gonna say that she don't even know what you're gonna
say. She clearly want to talk, so let her go first.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, JI, we can move on.
So just to clarify what I stated earlier, because I think that's what he was saying. The question was, if I'm a pro at something, and you came to me, and I know, and this is something this is my thing, and we are talking, and I'm telling you, hey, this may not be a good idea, and it can probably be detrimental to our family, then that's totally different from me just, a dude making a mistake, and I have nothing. I'm not a pro. He's not my man, but I'm going to follow him, but I'm definitely going to say, look, this is my area of expertise. Like, I do this. Like, I just really need you to trust me on this one. But if that's what you want to do, I'll do it. But I'm going to give my opinion and follow my man.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Wait. What just happened?
He got a little sensitive.
I didn't get sensitive. I accepted what you said.
Y'all are the most frustrating. This was so frustrating.
So what was the issue?
The issue is I sat here quiet and I was about to say something. She told me she know what I was going to say. So I let her talk and I just told her, okay.
All right. Well, what were you going? Was she accurate about knowing what you was going to say?
Well, when she put the caveat that she's a pro at something, we never talked about in our scenarios that this other person is a pro. But I did put that in. Well, I'm telling you what I was talking about. I can't. If Sweeney asked something into an equation, he asked something to an equation.
But
so she said she's a pro. So I said okay. I left it at that.
Hold on, wait, because I walked away. What is she a pro at? And if it's inappropriate,
It's a scenario.
The scenario that we painted, right?
okay.
Fucking sucks that we got to revisit this. The scenario that we painted was that we were trying to establish. We was asking Aria to establish who will make the final decision. And the ladies asked, well, what if I'm the expert in it? Or what if I know more about the topic than she does?
I was here during that. I know that.
Right. So I said, well, let's grant that. Let's say for the sake of argument that you are an expert at it. You feel like you are an expert, but he feels strongly about his decision. He says, hey, look, I feel like I noticed it. This is your wheelhouse, but I feel strongly that I think I'm going to get this right. And she's like, I don't believe you're going to get this right. What would her decision be? Will you say, I'm going to let you lead, I'm going to let you make the decision, I'm going to give the power to you to make the decision and to be able to, or I'm going to veto it and say, no, I know more about this. I understand. I'm going to make the decision for this situation. Shan responded and said that she would let him make the decision, but she would let him know that she would lose confidence in him going forward if he messes. Right.
But what I'm saying is with Ari, when she said that she don't feel like his decision will work, I would add that the reason why, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, Ari, the reason why you feel like the decision that he's making won't work is because you had some type of foreknowledge or some experience with him making a similar decision or someone else making a similar decision. You've been down the path before and it didn't work. So you're saying, okay, I'm taking preventative measures now. Is that true? Or this is the first time decision that this man is making and you're like, I don't. Because I'm trying to look at you as an intelligent person. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to have an intelligent conversation.
What?
And what I'm saying is, if you're saying that I don't feel like that decision is right, it has to be because you analyze the choice he made and the outcome that you want to reach, and it doesn't match. And you're like, okay, that doesn't match. We probably shouldn't do that. Let's not do that. Is that correct? Is that at least correct?
It will end in irreconcilable differences. Right, Ari?
That wasn't the scenario that I was picturing, no.
What scenario was you picturing?
It sounded like it was something that we hadn't talked about before. And also, if one person in a partnership has more expertise on something, I would presume that between two people that respect one another, you could figure that out together and be a team instead of maintaining adversarial roles.
So basically what you're saying is, if my wife is an expert in mathematics, accounting, in the stock market, she got accolades and degrees behind it, that's her career, and I take a portion of our money out of the finances and I'm like, hey, look, I'm going to invest in this looks really good. And because you're the expert and because you're well-rounded in this area, you're saying, hold on, baby, they probably don't want to do that. Trust me, I know. What you're saying is he should yield to that.
Would you?
I'm just asking you the question.
They don't answer questions, bro.
I mean,
would I yield to it?
These are all hypothetical things, right?
We have to ask hypothetical. We can't get personal with y'all, so they have to be hypothetical.
I'm trying to figure out, is that the basis?
Y'all won't answer personal questions, but y'all don't want to answer hypothetical questions either. Well, how do you have a conversation?
Every time I say it depends, you roll your eyes though. So,
but everything depends. How is that a definitive answer if it's just it depends? Everything depends.
So I can't definitively answer something when it depends. Sometimes the answer would be yes, and sometimes the answer would be no.
Then what's the point of a conversation if people just
get more specific?
Well, to get so specific requires a lot more time, and then it alienates everybody to be involved because you're trying to get so detailed. But you guys act as if you can only answer questions that are super detailed, so you have all of the variables accounted for. No, see, leaders have to make decisions without all the variables accounted for. That's why you women aren't qualified to lead.
I got a question for you, Ari. What
Great leaders try to get as many
What are
variables
you talking about?
to make an
Did you
informed.
not just hear what I said? Now you want to put great leaders in there. Y'all didn't say men are great leaders. Y'all said men are leaders. Now men can't just be
Leaders in
leaders.
general.
They got to be great leaders
Most
now.
leaders, whether they great, good, whatever, they try to get most of the variables, as much information as
Of
they
course they
possibly
do,
can
but they still
to
have to make
an
a
informed
decision whether they have all the variables or not. And they still have to deal with the consequences, whether they were given a fair deal or not. Listen, you got dealt a bad hand. Nobody tells you, oh, well, if you can't figure it out, we understand and we give you a pass. No, they still tell you you ain't shit.
Correct, but are you not? Okay, so my
then you're
question
gonna say correct. So you're gonna agree with me, but then challenge me too.
no, what I'm asking you this, because you're talking about being a leader, correct? Right?
No, y'all keep talking about being leaders.
You ask questions and you keep asking leading questions to get to your point.
No, I'm asking straight questions. I'm not asking leading questions.
You are, because before when I just said, just go ahead and ask your question when you were asking about the sexual.
We'll just try to get it out, Will, and then you can respond.
All I'm just saying is leaders in general. To make the best decision, you're going to ask, or should at least ask, as many questions as you can and do research to get as much information as you can to make an informed decision. That's all I'm saying. So when she's asking, or as women for the most part, they do ask a lot of questions because they want to get as much information as they can.
No, ma'am. No, listen. See, what you don't understand about being a man, and none of you ladies do, and this is not your plight. So you don't have to.
I'm not trying to be a man, but I do know
what
it takes
I know.
to be a leader.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes you can do your research, and sometimes you're under the clock. You have to make a decision without the liberty of doing all the research. Sometimes you have to pass up on opportunities because you just don't know if it's going to be a good deal or not. And sometimes you have to trust your gut, and sometimes you trust the advice of somebody you trust that's trustworthy, that's informative, that has all this expertise, and that person is wrong. So men have to make decisions whether they have the information or not. At the end of the day, a decision has to be made, and he will always be judged on the decision he makes, regardless on the outcome. If it's a good outcome, he's judged. If it's a bad outcome, he's judged. Judgment don't always mean negative. A woman will trust you if the outcome works. You took a gamble. You guessed. You had no information to support your decision. You guessed. You got it right. You look like the guy that knows what he's talking about. Or you can do all of the research, have all of the information, make an informed decision that has an 80% probability of working in your favor. It cannot work. And you still will be, the woman may lose trust in you. You're like, damn, I did everything I was supposed to do. I did my research. I checked the probability. Everything looked like a for sure, like not a for sure deal, but a great investment. It didn't work. And I still get judged harshly because this didn't work.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Isn't that a form of accountability though, within yourself, based off your decision?
Whoever said the man wasn't holding himself accountable?
You're using the word judge shouldn't it be accountability?
No, because it's from the other person. The man ain't judging himself per se. The woman is judging him. Shan says she will lose confidence in her man.
So there's
his decision didn't work. Now, she didn't say, well, it wasn't a scenario where it was a scenario where she's a pro, he's not. But just because he's not a pro, he does all of his research, like Miss Taken is saying. He does all of his due diligence. He talks to experts. Experts say, yeah, that's a great idea, great investment, whatever the case may be. He makes the decision and it doesn't work. She's still going to lose confidence.
He left out
it just kind of still.
That wasn't, I ain't gonna lie to you, Will. That wasn't presented.
That wasn't the scenario. And before he also left
I didn't
out
say that was the scenario.